damn it. Aw, yeah. What up, y'all? It's your boy, the one and only A-Switch, aka the Taco Meat Tyrant, aka why he breathing so hard. AKA the Komake Tiger Dropper, AKA the undisputed, undefeated, uncontested social distancing champion, AKA the nigga Lip Master, bringing you yet another episode of Switches Sights, episode 123. You already know. You already know. For those that don't know, Switches Sights podcast is a video game podcast where I talk about just that, video games. Today's date is September 30th, 2021. Saying goodbye to September and hello to October, where it's getting spooky. Watch out for the spooks. Watch out for them damn, what is it? Them damn, what was the pumpkin spice? Watch out. You better watch out for that pumpkin spice. It's gonna get you. I don't know why. Hey, you might be allergic. You never know. Watch out for that pumpkin spice. You better watch out. Well, I guess depending on where you are location wise, you know, get the hoodies out. But you know, with the ladies, if you in a relationship, you know, don't let them get it. Don't let them take your hoodie. Men, don't let them take your hoodie. That's all I'm trying to say. Oh man. But hey, I mean, fall is at least slowly but surely coming into full effect. Again, depending on where you are. If you in California, I guess it gets a little nippy. I don't know. I'm not feeling it yet. I guess maybe fully native Californians, I don't know the term. Maybe used to it, but I still got that cold blood in me, you know. Unrelated news. R. Kelly is getting locked up. Lock him up and throw away the key. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Yeah. I mean, outside of that, gaming wise, Tokyo Game Show, I think, just popped off yesterday. So I know there's some news probably going to gradually trickle out over the weekend, which I think some will cover in today's episode. But yeah, outside of that, you know what? Let's stop the dilly-dallying and get right into it. First topic of discussion. If I can keep track. First topic of discussion, asterisk, if I can keep track. Resident Evil 4 VR. We got the initial announcement, like, I want to say April. Man, it does not feel like that long ago. Time is crazy, man. Yeah, either way, we had the trailer for the initial trailer for RE4 VR, where we saw the prototype at least. But now, this past week, I want to say Monday, we got like a full-blown trailer, as well as I think an IGN exclusive breakdown of some of the various, you know, segments in the Resident Evil game. verified. I like that term. Verified. So Oh man, you see the infamous Delago fight in VR. You see the Big Cheese fight in VR. You see the castle confrontation with all the, you know, all the cultists, the ones with the shields with the spikes on them. You saw that in VR. And I have to say, as a very very serious fan of Resident Evil 4, I am very, very excited. I'm very happy. I've never wanted I've never wanted a Oculus Quest 2 any more than I do now, upon Resident Evil 4 VR's imminent release. I'll say that much. So, at least, and let me try to pull up a video to get my refresh my memory at least of everything, because I'm curious. Where's it at? Because there's a hands-on preview. I think this is what I'm looking. Oh my god, don't do that to me. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah, so you know that you have the manual loads and at least specifically movement. I think that was the biggest question we did not really know until this trailer that came out, and I think you have the option. You have the option to do the at least what I assume is the standard for VR as somebody who's not played too much VR, being able to teleport to locations rather than, you know, at physically moving, which I know for some people who play VR and, you know, obviously you're stationary can be super disorienting and like throw your whole freaking just equilibrium off and, you know, your whole frontal off. So, I mean, that's cool. I forgot there was something else specifically. Oh yeah, I guess for cutscenes, the cutscenes actually will play, but in like a weird theater mode instead of like, you know, recreating the cutscenes as if you're in it, I guess. Which is fair. I mean, just getting this in VR regardless, I think is great. So, and damn it, Oculus, you get me right in the balls. You know what's gonna make me go over. You just know it, and you love it. I know you do. Oh, what's cool too is the freaking typewriter, so you can literally manually type in your save, which I'm gonna have some fun with that. I already know. I'm gonna call it right now. My first first save gonna be booty. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. I'm sorry to spoil anything, but first save I'm gonna call booty. Booty, the next one booty ultimate, probably the third one booty EX. So fucking childish, but thank you Resident Evil 4 VR for letting me do that. So clearly I need to get Oculus Quest 2 to experience this greatness. I think you can stream with the Quest in some way, so I might mess with it if possible. I might actually, for the first time in months, actually stream gaming games on my channel for once, but we'll see. We'll see if it happens. If everything comes into play. If Ashley plays nice. Oh God, I forgot about Ashley. How are they gonna? I guess until we play the game, we'll find out how are we gonna treat Ashley considering VR. I guess it just would technically be the same, but it's fine. It's fine. All in all, I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. the release date actually is coming pretty close. October, I believe October 20th. Actually, let me line that up. October 20th. It's a Wednesday. Something around. Let me fact check. RE4VR release date. October 21st. So I think that's a Thursday. No, Tuesday. Okay. Yeah. That's expected. Cool. Damn it. Just making me get RE4 just has me in a chokehold, you know. It really does. It really does. And I'm okay. I want to be choked. Yeah. So all in all, it's like a love-hate thing. It's like I know I'm gonna play damn near every version of this. This game is definitely has to have broken a record for sure. I'm convinced. But either way, moving on. Let's exit out of that. Save resources. Game Awards have been announced. And, well, hey, I don't know where I was going with that. Game Awards have been announced, and I don't think they gave out the nominees yet, but that's probably going to be way closer. But, yeah, Game Awards have been announced, and, well, I mean, that's just that. There's a couple of at least details regarding the event. It actually is going to be in person, which I think most of us kind of assumed, but it will be invite only. So pretty much the general public, which was myself, will probably not be able to attend, which is fine. You know, COVID is persistent out here. You got the anti-vaxxers, whatever. I get it. So otherwise, yeah, I probably would have went, but hey, the safety. But yeah, it seems to be the same spot, Microsoft Theater in LA, which at least is fairly close to me. So at least that's at least how I was able to go the past few times. I'm like, oh, you know, that's pretty damn cool. Let me go see this in person. Really go encapsulating the spectacle. And what was it, the God of War winning the game of the year? That was pretty dope. So after parties were fun. It's a great time. But all in all, hey, it's good that the show is still intact. I mean, even though that wasn't really necessarily a doubt, but a live orchestra will be returning once again. Lauren Balfe. So we were speculating in the Reset Era thread about specifically who would you like to see musically perform at the Game Awards, since that's always generally somewhat of a thing. But I at least my random request was, hey, if you get that one the one song where you're fighting Weiss in Final Fantasy VII remake Intergrade, just have that, but just have the orchestra play it, but the conductor, and this is a crucial and critical point, has to be dressed as Weiss. That is my mandatory demand. Otherwise, it will be all for nothing. Hell, even have the whole orchestra be dressed as Weiss. You know what? Just go crazy with it. But that's asking a lot, to be honest. But I would lose my shit if that happened. But you know, hey, I'm just speaking out the universe, you know. So you never know. You never know. Might get that random, very specific and niche stream of playing now reciting it back is really killing me. Fucking Weiss's boss theme being played as the conductor is dressed as Weiss. It's a long shot, but you know, hey, I mean, anything's possible, you know. Anything is possible. Yeah. Moving on. I'm just gonna move on from that. Actually, real quick, what's the cutoff? I'm curious of the cutoff. I think the cutoff is November something. So I know a lot of heavy hitters are going to be excluded, at least until next year. I think Halo Infinite is going to miss the date. Pretty much anything that's coming out in December, which I guess really, at least off the top of my head, I can recall is, I think it is Halo Infinite. Nothing else comes to mind that comes out in December. Yeah, so it's kind of feel bad for Halo, at least considering it seems to be shaping up pretty good, which we'll talk about later on. But yeah, moving on. Did I double check? Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, the remastered. I think we talked about it a couple episodes ago. It seems to have been rated in North Korea. Therefore, of course, adding more credence to the rumor. I mean, at this point, it's all but announced. Which, at least as a refresher for those that may not know, Grand Theft Auto Remastered Trilogy is essentially a remastered trilogy of the, I guess, PS2 era Grand Theft Auto games, GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas, and actually has some, at least according to the rumors, that a lot of revamp stuff that actually will make it worthwhile to replay for those that maybe have, of course, who hasn't beat like those Grand Theft Auto games, but make it worthwhile, actually replaying these games again. I mean, I think they probably fixed a lot of the super insanely difficult missions. I think there's essentially been a lot of those from each of the games. Now that I think about it, the really hard ones from Vice City, the fucking toy missions from San Andreas. I don't remember any from GTA 3, but I know there were some fairly difficult on a cumbersome level, type missions and things like that. So all in all, hey, I'm a sucker for some Grand Theft Auto. I know that much. And I think Kotaku actually added some more credence to it. I think they said that the release date for Grand Theft Auto Remastered Trilogy, the definitive edition, will be announced and / released sometime in November. I'm guessing alongside GTA 5 for the current, that's still weird now, current gen consoles, PS5, Xbox, Sex. So hey, it's not like November is stacked already, but hey, give me some more GTA, especially if it's revamped and refined. And I forgot about the joke I made. Is the hands aren't actually separate, actually legitimate, I don't know, limbs. So give it to me. Give it to me. I want it. Moving on. Monster Hunter Rise. So we did get confirmation way back, I think before even Rise came out for the Switch, that there will be a PC version. And we did in fact get actually a straight up trailer today. Is showing what the game will look like in a 4K 60 FPS, delicious satisfaction. That's all I can just encapsulate this greatness of Monster Hunter Rise as, because that's what it is. In addition, I guess some voice characters DLC where you can literally put character overlay over your existing character and have a unique voice or a specific voice, which at least in this case is of course the wonderful great Deborah Wilson. She is making she's having a mean streak in the voice acting industry, it feels like. And Prozet, I know he the guy that makes all the satirical videos like RPGs and trading card games and stuff like that, and various character stereotypes. So that's pretty dope. And this is all coming out January 12th, 2022. So of course the biggest question, well, I guess before that, just to recap the additional details, 4K resolution, ultra wide support. I know that's becoming a thing now. Ultra wide support, uncapped frame rates. I think those are really the biggest ones I could think of. Keep mouse and keyboard support. But probably the biggest omission that at least they haven't confirmed or denied yet is cross save and if potentially cross play, which interestingly enough, they I think I missed it. I'll probably catch up on it at some point, but I think because it released today at Tokyo Game Show, there was some special event for Monster Hunter, and I believe this was a part of it. And shortly after that, I believe they dropped a survey, which I did actually fill out to provide some feedback regarding the event, as well as the Monster Hunter Rise PC version, where sure enough there's an option to add hey, is there would you be interested if this game had cross-play or cross-save support? Yes, thank you. So at least they're definitely listening, it seems like. So considering, I don't know, this release, I guess, cadence in comparison to World, where everything was weirdly staggered, even though after the PC version of World came out and they released Iceborne and stuff, that technically they could have, if they wanted to, line everything up where everything was releasing in unison, and I don't know, PC exclusive people weren't kind of screwed, where they were deprived of the DLC until a couple months after the DLC came to consoles. So at least now, with this releasing January 12th, and they did also of course confirm that this DLC will be coming, the Sunbreak DLC that was announced at the Direct will be coming to this version at the same time as the Switch version. So that, at least, I don't know, feels like it makes it more likely that Rise will actually, the PC version of Rise will actually, you know, potentially have crossplay and cross save support, because I don't know, at this point it feels like a make or break point for me, especially considering like World came out a long time after I put like hundreds of hours into the console versions of World. It was hard to play the PC version after, you know, feeling like you're doing all this all over again, which, you know, you have certain stuff set, you have your, you know, just your item loadouts and weapon loadouts, and that shit takes a lot of time to like set up and, you know, have a groove going of you know, organization and everything. And just the thought of having to do that all over again is just, I don't. I really don't. But we'll see if my friends possibly play. I might jump on the PC wagon. But for sure, if there is at least cross save support, I'll definitely buy, definitely double dip, and you know, keep rising, keep rising until the sun breaks. You know, yeah. Let me stop. Keep rising. I attempted again. I'm gonna stop. So, yeah, I am happy for PC players though, that they're able to experience this game. And yeah, I mean, I'd be lying to you if I am not looking forward to, you know, cutting some Zenogas and Diablos' horns in 4K high definition. 4K high definition. So we'll see, but man, that cross save or cross play is going to be a huge determining factor for me. So I'm gonna wait until there is hopefully an announcement before this drops, but it looks like the odds are definitely more likely than World, at least, especially considering the you know, synced releases specifically with the DLC. So we'll see. I am crossing my fingers so hard that all the hundreds of hours I spent, I do not want to do over again. I love me some Monster Hunter, but that is just disheartening for me personally, you know. But we'll see. Capcom, if you're listening, you know what you should be doing. You know what you need to do to make fans happy. On top of that, it's like money. It's money. There is a lot of people in my boat that are probably not going to buy this if there isn't supported cross save. But if there is, there's going to be a ton of people that are going to buy this to double dip if, you know, they have a Switch and a PC, you know. So we'll see. We will see. Yeah. Outside of that, I think that's all the news actually for this week. Yeah, so that concludes the news for this week. Let's get into what I've been playing, which has been, of course, are you even surprised? Monster, no, I have Monster Hunter in my brain. Persona 5 Royale. I actually beat Persona 5 Royale. Thank you so much. It was a long road. It was a very fucking long road now, at least in retrospect, but I'm lying to you. I'd be lying to you if I said I did not enjoy almost damn every fucking minute of that game, because I thoroughly did. Um, ending clock time, like straight up 160 damn hours. It's probably like the most time I've put into a game. Damn, probably single player game at least. Probably since Skyrim. Skyrim, maybe Monster Hunter World, I think. I think even like Skyrim, I put maybe like 120-ish. This might be actually the longest single player game, at least I can recall, I'll put the most time into. If I mean, for RPG standards, it's probably nothing, but at least as far as I'm concerned, somebody who generally has not played necessarily, I don't know, it's so many different variations of RPGs nowadays. It's hard to kind of you know, I guess further isolate Persona 5 into something else. But I don't know, I guess I like to say traditional RPG, because there's like now action RPGs and other things like that that aren't like pretty long treks, but not like anywhere close to like 160 hours. So at least either way, yeah. So I don't even know where. I mean, try to not retread what I've talked about previously, at least the previous episodes, but at least got to technically the end of the vanilla path of Persona 5, which I think I talked about before, but beat what's considered the vanilla path, and then with this royal version of the game added a whole new semester, which takes place after the vanilla portion of the game, where you play this whole new, semester that has its own palace and, own character, that I won't spoil. But yeah, it's pretty great. Pretty great. I am a fan of Persona now. Actually, is definitely encouraging me to at some point, whatever that is, to actually start playing the older versions of the games like Persona 4, Persona 3. That's maybe where at least probably the best I can go, rather than having to hunt down what I think this technically is a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei game, the Shin Megami Tensei series, which I also have not played, so it's a lot, but it was good. Man, it really nailed the life simulation. I like to call it slice of life simulator, because that's definitely what it is, of taking going through the day-to-day life of a high schooler, or I think high school, I'm pretty sure high schooler, and going through all the trials and tribulations of life, and having the incentive to improve your relationships with people, and in of which you get very much rewarded for that in a lot of ways. That I think, I don't know, the more I think about it, I enjoyed that way more than I think the combat in some instincts, not instincts, in some respects, but yeah, man, really good. Of course, I've talked about the music before, but man, that soundtrack is fucking legendary. God, like I got it already in my Spotify. Got me a cute little playlist. I'll be playing every now and again when I'm in a mood to try to relax. I gotta do it. Oh, just for just for purpose. Just for educational educational purposes. If I need to chill out, trying to relax. if I'm trying to relax, all right, I don't want Sega to hunt me down, take down my episode, whatever. But I forgot about Twitch cracking down just as much as YouTube. But hey, you get the idea. Yeah, man, Persona 5 was a very wonderful experience. I cannot stress that enough. I don't even know how I could, like, if I were to try to get somebody to play Persona 5, because it's a huge ask. I mean, of course you don't have to put like 160 hours in like I did, but I think if you critical path the game, I think you can do it in about 90 hours, I think. But I just wasn't so enamored with everything in the game. I forgot I messed around and like platinum the game because I just enjoyed every aspect about it so much. And at least maybe the question is, like, you know, there is the vanilla version Persona 5, and then the, you know, version I'm played Persona 5 Royale. In terms of which one you should get, I'd say I highly recommend you do play Persona 5 Royale over 5. At least from the research I did, it seems like it's just a lot of improvements overall that ultimately makes the game way better and technically longer, depending on the ending you get. Because there are multiple endings at certain points in the game too. So, but yeah, I highly recommend you play the Royal version over vanilla if you can. Not a huge detriment if you skip out on the Royal version, but highly recommend the Royal version if you know, I don't know, because I know if you have a PS5, Persona 5 technically is free, but it's not the Royal version. I think you can upgrade from Royal to Persona 5 as well if you, like, I guess, have it digitally or the physical version too. So I mean, I think there is that option as well. So overall, Persona 5 Royale probably top 5. But then again, I've not played at least JRPGs, because then like Dark Souls and the Soul series technically would fall into that, right? So I mean, top 5 traditional RPGs. I think that's a safe. I don't want to put myself in a box like that, but I very much enjoyed Persona 5 Royale. I do recommend it if you are into RPGs, if you are into, I guess, it feels like a trope in anime, but high school kids and what's the high school kids that have I forgot. I think I may have touched on this before. High school kids that have questionable relationships with older people, which is one I guess aspect about that game that I always was confused about, because it's like, technically wouldn't this be like you know, depending on the choice? I don't know. It's a weird area, I have to say. It's weird, questionable, unconventional relationships you're having with older people, you know, that could fall into statutory rape category technically, if we're being, like, I don't know, very hard about it. I don't know, but very weird. But I mean it's a game. I don't know. I thought there would have been controversy about that, but I think this has technically been a thing with technically all the previous Persona games as well. So I don't know. then again, there's like a penis monster in the game too. So I mean, it's like at the same time, I don't. Yeah, I guess people like my first time is it's a damn penis monster. In this, hey, it's Persona, man. I don't. Oh, you new to this, huh? This is new to you. Oh, okay, all right. Well, oh, all right. Okay, sure. Penis monsters. All right. So, uh, speaking of penis, no. Let me stop. Well, technically, speaking of penis monsters, there is a technique that is pretty popular among this community that you can do, which is in Halo Infinite, and that is of course teabagging. There we go. All right, that was a little rough, but you know what? Hey, I made it work. I'm gonna work on it. Though. Also this past weekend, Halo Infinite beta, the first weekend, was this past weekend, but there's also another weekend coming up with that, big meaty juicy, team battle, which I'm very much looking forward to, playing. Cannot wait to, live, talking like a veteran, live the old days of shooting my soldiers, being 1-to-1 with my comrades, saying hoorah as I shoot fellow adversaries in war. I'm writing a dossier. But yeah, Halo Infinite beta dropped, where it actually is full PvP multiplayer. I played a little bit. It was in a weird like staggering of time, so it had like very strict play times where I think you can only play from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and it was pretty much that cadence the whole weekend, which at least I was like playing Persona, finishing up Persona, like while clearing my schedule for those times when I could have played, when I was able to play. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. I did enjoy it. I did like the new weapons they added, at least for this beta, which probably the notable one I had the most time to mess with was the repulsor, which basically, at least I initially assumed it just only was, I guess, good for rockets. So like if somebody shoots a rocket launcher at you, you can pop the repulsor and it'll deflect it back at the return to center, essentially. I also found and discovered that it also is helpful against the what is it called? The brute hammer. Why do I want to say it? I know it's not the brute hammer. It's something else. Damn it. What is it called? It's hammer something. I want to say brute hammer, but that doesn't sound right. Brute hammer. Halo hammer. Help me, Google. Gravity hammer. Okay. I don't know why I zoned out, but yeah, gravity hammer. You can actually deflect it if you time it right. I was in this one game I was playing. This dude was, how people with the gravity hammer be. They like the camp them corners, crouch so you ain't visible in that radar. And then, sure enough, dude came out, luckily had the repulsor. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you know what? Let me pop this. I think this might work. And sure enough, it did. It like pushed his ass back like a pretty respectable distance for me to kind of create some space where I think I popped out my battle rifle, took his ass out. And damn well, I took that gravity hammer. Halo 101. I did some more research on it because I was curious, like, what could you actually deflect on top of that? And I think you can actually deflect which is probably maybe the most likely and practical use of it, is actually deflecting deflecting noob combos, where, you know, at least specifically the plasma pistol, fully charged plasma pistol shots, you can actually deflect those back. I'm curious, because I did not get a chance to do that in this this past weekend, but I'm curious if, considering how the plasma pistol shot like tracks or homes people, I'm curious if you deflect it back, does it home the person as well, or does it just like shoot like a straight course, you know, wherever it's trying to go, which I'm curious about. I think you can also repulse grenades as well. I'm curious, like, I guess this makes me kind of want to look up what is those Mythbusters videos from, I think, Defend the House, where they you know, do very like very rare one-off stuff that you'll probably only see maybe 3 times in your whole lifetime of playing the game, but it's just pretty insightful. Like, huh, you think about it, huh? So if I ever get in a I don't know, 5v1 situation, if I just get my repulsor and instead of deflect or repulse the grenade instantly, if I just wait by 2.5 milliseconds, I will be able to decimate the whole team. I got it. No, that never happens at all, but at least it's Steve Urkel with the game. If I just pontificate and you know, calculate the diameter of the angle of force, and if that's 30 newtons, then I can just I don't know who this person is, but yeah. So outside of that, I think they premiered a new map actually. It feels like every new map that's like, I guess, what's the word, team based, always feels like it's trying to emulate coagulation, or not even coagulation. What is the original? Not coagulation, but the original like traditional team based, well, I guess big team battle map from Halo. Oh, fuck. What is I know coagulation is just the Halo 2 version of Blood Gulch. There we go. Oh my god, I just feel like a noob with Halo right now. I'm not knowing any of the maps, and iconic maps at that. But yeah, like this new map, which it seems like it was a lot of team-based map game types that I was playing this on. I forgot the map specifically. What's the new Halo Infinite map? I know it'll jog my memory. This is what I'm looking for. New Halo Infinite map. Oh, they got no. This is the map I played. This is it. What is it called? Behemoth? No. Maybe it is. Huh. I think it's Behemoth. Yeah, Behemoth. Yeah, so Behemoth looks like another, I guess it looks like more of a take on Valhalla than Blood Gulch. I'll say that. It's like, it feels like Valhalla with a desert vibe. Well, I guess essentially Valhalla with sand. That's what it kind of feels like, at least from probably the 1 or 2 matches I think I played on this map specifically. But it was cool. It was fine. I mean, let's talk about the other aspect of playing in this beta. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm starting to suck more, but wait a minute. Hold up. But I don't know, man. At least during this this damn beta period, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was something in the water, but I was matched with the most triest of hards, the most sweatiest players ever. The perspiration was at an all-time high. The sodium levels were at an all-time high. We needed some doctor. We needed a dedicated doctor for every Halo match because boy, oh boy, it was getting real. It was a lot of everybody. I could have swore like almost every damn chat. Every damn so why are you breathing so? We just playing a game. Was that serious? Are we playing for a championship right now? But yeah. Either way. And then again, I was acclimating to my controls, but man, these players came out to play like it was like, you know, they trying to get picked up by MLG or something. Damn, I think MLG is out of date. I feel like that it's weird. Am I starting to become like a, what do you call it? Like a old person now? I was like, hey, you kids playing on that MLG? Oh God. Oh man, that is, I feel like I had an epiphany right now. It's like, I know it's not MLG anymore. It's like, it's so many. Oh man, I'm really like having an epiphany right now. That's crazy to me. Either way, yeah. So you know, it was people were trying very hard. Yeah, just it was a lot of breaths being taken in quick succession. So, but either way, it was fun. I had a great time. Messing with the weapons, actually playing against players on a continuous basis where you know, we had that weird adjustment where we played literally against computer bots the whole like weekend, way back in July, I think. And then, you know, open it up for like an hour or two to play against people, and you know, it was very jarring because, you know, you're used to the AI and now there's real people. But yeah, either way, I'm really enjoying it. It's crazy. People game isn't officially out yet, considering the limited amount of time people have to play it, that like people are freaking doing like fucking Titanfall, like fucking damn, you know, strats where they're like using grappling hooks to like get like, you know, verticality, which is making them go fast and doing bounce tricks and shit. It's like, it's crazy. So at least from that standpoint, I think it's definitely making Halo Infinite look a lot better. You know, in that regard of giving it more depth and kind of, to be honest, in line with you know, traditional Halo games previously, I guess, you know, pre 343 developed Halo games. So, but man, I mean, it feels like Halo is kind of back, you know. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. I cannot again wait for big team battle weekend, because the whole weekend I'm just gonna hear that all in the chat. That's just gonna be just straight literal hard breathing. Gotta get your towels ready, because it's about to get it's gonna be so much sweat. It's gonna be so much. It's taking me out, man. Oh my God. Anyway, oh man, that is too good. That is killing me inside. Also, played some Lost Judgment. So the purpose of this game is, of course, to find judgment. Let me stop. Lost Judgment, of course. Ryuga Gotoku Studios is at it again. They keep churning them out every year, man. again, I swear, you gotta give Ryuga Gotoku Studios their flowers, because it's like literally every year. I'm curious too. Every damn year they're releasing a game, like straight up Call of Duty cadence, but like without the lack of quality, which, I mean, it's kind of hit or miss with Call of Duty, I feel like, but I'm curious. I don't even think has there been a game that, well, I mean, I guess if you factor in the localization stuff that, happened. So, Yakuza 5 came out in 2012. I think this technically came out earlier in Japan. I guess they've taken a year in between before. So Yakuza 5, Ryuga Gotoku Ishin, which is like the samurai, what if samurai game, where basically if all the Yakuza characters were in a samurai feudal Japan-esque period. 2015 Yakuza 0, 2016 Yakuza Kiwami, and Yakuza 6. Damn, they released both of those within 2016. I guess Yakuza is somewhat of a pass because they have the template of the first game. So I mean that's still impressive though. Yakuza Kiwami 2 in 2017. I think they're also not factoring in, this is US specifically, so I don't think they're factoring in the Japanese releases, which I know these games have released generally a year or so earlier in Japan, I want to say. But either way, Kiwami 2 in 2017. Damn, Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise, and Yakuza 3 Remastered, Ryuga Kotoku Online, which is like the mobile phone game, Judgment, the first Judgment, all in 2018. And then the Yakuza Remaster games in 2019, 4 and 5. Like a Dragon in 2020. Judgment, the remaster version of Judgment. Lost Judgment in 2021. So I omitted some of the other games like Virtual Fighter 5. They did Ultimate Showdown and Super Monkey Ball. Huh. That's crazy. Again, flowers to RGG. Either way, that tangent aside, Lost Judgment, I'm actually really enjoying. I probably only played about 7 hours or so, but really liking some of the aspects. You have a new fighting style called Snake. It seems to be, it's catered towards, of course, my favorite, parrying and disarming weapons and stuff like that. It feels very defensive compared to these other standard styles like Tiger and Crane, I want to say. You have a cool skateboard mechanic, which is pretty dope, where actually it's a nice, refreshing way to navigate around the map now. Where you literally, as you're running, if you hold R2 or X long enough, you'll automatically start to skate. I think I'm trying to get used to it because it's kind of iffy. So it's like, if you're skating and you come up or collide against, or the game thinks you're about to collide against something, whether it be a totally different terrain that I guess technically may not be skatable, or like a car or something, it seems like it'll preemptively tell you to get you off the skateboard. When I think in any other scenario, I think you could just normally like navigate across it. So it's cool. I guess I just need to play it a bit more to get a feel for it, but I'm liking the potential of it. Apparently I hear you can do tricks and stuff and like, do grind rails and shit. Like I'm not expecting Tony Hawk or anything, but I mean, it'd probably be pretty cool. Like maybe not Tony Hawk, more like Metal Gear Solid 2 Subsistence or something like that. So I'm very curious to see how that plays out. But let's talk about the very interesting aspect of this game, at least the segment I've been playing, which is at least the initial start of this game has a big emphasis on like high school, where you're like this old, what, I don't even know his age. I'm assuming he's like late 30s. Yagami, the main character, going to high school. He's straight up beating up little kids, even though they are bullies though. So I mean, it's not like he's just being like a asshole or something. But I was like, they have it coming. But I was like, one, he's beating up these these kids, but they're not little. They're decent. They seem to be close to their peak of growth, if that helps. I guess I don't think I'm not sure if it does or not, but at their peak of growth, and they're still taking me out. But yeah, these high school kids trying to beat the shit out of this older man, and these you got me beating their ass. You know, freaking desks flying, picking up the damn, you know, school desk and whooping their ass and throwing shit at them. It's funny. I'm enjoying it though. I'm enjoying it. Then it, you know, it's funny. The game kind of brings that up. It's like, you know, you'll get in trouble if you're caught like beating these kids' asses, right? It's like, yeah, I know. I just got. I'm paraphrasing. I just gotta not get caught. That's obviously what I just can't get caught. I could beat the ass. I just can't get caught. But oh man, it's great though. And then apparently there's like some dedicated side quests. I think they're called school stories, dedicated to the school. So you're doing various like miscellaneous stuff. Like, at least the one I think I'm potentially gonna do is this I guess dance club, where I guess the school is having a dance club, and they're trying to, you know, find their fire, find the niche or whatever. And it basically just comes into play of trying to find that out. And yeah, it's it's funny. The pre-sentence before that is that you technically, one of the kids at the school think you are a pervert, like planting cameras and shit, and you know, you're actually trying to crack a case, more or less. And you know, pretty much very interesting dynamics come into play, you know, outside of that. But yeah, at least it's a very refreshing take in terms of the traditional, you know, I guess, norms and expectations of the Ryuga Gotoku games, like of course Yakuza and stuff, where it's like, you know, hey, there's this bad, you know, gang dude, and oh, you cut off my finger, my pinky, I can't, I'm been disgraceful. But it's like these kids bullying a girl, and like, hey, you stop it right now. And then it's just the whole, what's the one, damn it, something with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, with the kindergarten cop, but it's not, they're not kindergartners, but they're high schoolers. I'm waiting for the reference though. Yagami says something like that, you know. Would it be damn it, it's not cookies, it's probably put the mochi down now. That's gotta be it. Something about, I don't know. They can make it happen. It probably will, you know, carry across more in the the English dub, which I'm not playing. I'm playing Japanese sub. So but yeah, man, really enjoying it. I guess my one question, not fully playing it yet, is the what is it, the side stories, which at least, or sub stories from Yakuza, but in this game they're not sub stories. They're like technically, I think, side cases, but it doesn't seem to be a way to do that off the bat, which at least you're able to do in Yakuza like pretty early. So I'm guessing it's like a segment in the game where you actually get to do that stuff, I would assume. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All in all, I am definitely I'm invested. I'm I'm invested, dare I say, oh shit. Dare I say motivated to for sure see this through in probably what 90 hours of this game. I'm seeing at least. I know the last previous game was like about 90 hours as well. What else? Well, something that, oh yeah, like that's one weird observation about the game. A couple, at least specifically, you could tell there's a lot of reused assets from, like, at least specifically Yakuza Like a Dragon. It feels like you're going at the, weirdly enough, the same exact location as the Yakuza Like a Dragon game. And I don't know, it's weird. It's like it's a weird, it seems to be kind of lazy in some cases, but at the same time it's like the locations are really good. So it's hard to say that they're reusing it, because like we've been to Kamurocho, I don't know what 10 12 plus games, and it still manages to still be interesting and fun to, like, explore and see everything. So it's it's like it's definitely something I'm aware of, but at the same time it's like I don't hate it. It would be nice to, like, I don't know, have a dedicated location in Japan that's specifically dedicated to the Judgment series or whatever. But I mean, obviously I think that's a big component as to why these games are able to be churned out so quickly, but as well of a very good quality also. So I mean, it's kind of a give and take. And then this is just my personal observation. I think I tweeted about it, but specifically, I swear I've got to a point where I've played literally all the RGG games where it's like you can tell you recognize every single, like, background character's face, which is something that it just, like, dawned on me. It's like kind of crazy. Like, wow, that's the one girl from I thought she was doing that hostess work the other which is pretty, it's great. It's because I think they do a good job of making everyone unique and having a pretty good big pool of distinct characters that are background characters that are, like, thug number 2, missed what is it, maid number 5, and stuff like that, where it's like it's not like where you're kind of insulted, where there hasn't been a scenario where I've seen 2 of the same exact characters side by side, which is totally fine and understandable. So, but yeah, I complain about that, but at the same time, I mean, it also gives you a potential opportunity for some crossovers, which I personally don't know if that's gonna happen in this one, but it would be pretty cool. Not even gonna lie. If if Kiryu just I don't know, he just says something, and oh well, I mean, if I get to fight Kiryu, that'd be pretty funny. That'd be pretty dope, actually. But I guess we'll see. Well, I'll see. I don't know if not sure if you'll see, but well, I guess you could look it up technically. I'm not gonna tell you. That would be spoiling it. But yeah, overall, I'm enjoying it. I am. At least my concern so far doesn't seem to be, I can't really validate them, because my concerns with that they would go too hard on tailgating like they did the previous game, as well as what was the other aspect? Tailgating, and I don't know, the stealth segments may not be as fun or interesting, but at least so far, they seem to be pretty respectable in terms of, like, you know, not being copy paste stealth, copy paste tailgate, copy paste chase segment, you know. So I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. I'm in it to win it. So I definitely will be playing this probably when the between the beta town times for Halo. At least that's the initial plan. So all in all, I'm liking it. I definitely say if you're a fan of the RGG games, I think it's definitely a solid purchase. So yeah, outside of that, pretty much all I've been playing. So let's get into what I've been watching real quick, which has been Walking Dead. It's hard because it feels like it's been a week whenever I have these episodes, and it's like I watched Walking Dead on the Sunday when they premiere. Oh yeah, this episode was with Connie, who's the deaf woman and actor, where she finds Virgil, again, spoilers for Walking Dead if you care, I guess, but finds Virgil, who, you know, was with Michonne before she left, and basically they find themselves to be in this house that is like full of cannibals, like feral cannibal people, and I guess the objective is to get away from them and, you know, just try to escape the house alive without getting eaten, pretty much. Which, you know, all various antics and, you know, typical horror stuff ensues. Ultimately, towards the end, they use the zombies against these people as they escape and, you know, live to, you know, I guess live another day, essentially. That, I guess I forgot there were parts where they did touch on Daryl being with the Reapers as well. That was peppered in as also, which was pretty interesting. And then there was a pretty big revelation towards the end, specifically the, I guess, question if the one guy who's a part of Daryl and Maggie's group, if he snitched on Daryl because he knows that there's something he knows that Daryl is purposefully you know, being with the Reapers to, you know, get information, as well as ultimately at some point get them take them down. And there was just some interesting dynamics at play. I think they actually went back to the hideout that I guess everybody mutually agreed on if everything went disarray, and, you know, they were actually there, but Daryl managed to try to play it cool and save or help the you know, Maggie and the crew, as well as try to stay with the Reapers, which is a pretty interesting dynamic that was peppered in throughout the, I guess, main course of the episode, which was Connie and Virgil trying to get out that house. But all in all, I did enjoy it. They did some interesting stuff. I'm trying, I mean, again, this potentially could be my Walking Dead bias at this point, but I found it interesting. They did some interesting dynamics. I mean, Daryl yet again with the enemy team and somehow manages to be unscathed and stuff like that. I mean, Daryl did do some crazy stuff though. He cut off his the guy I was talking about, cut off the dude's finger, you know, beating his ass, gave him a couple punches to, you know, try to prove that, hey, I'm one of you guys. And, you know, that whole dynamic did come into play as well. So I liked it. I'm curious what they showed us a clip of the next episode, but I'm curious. What we'll see next. Then Marvel's What If I did watch that. This episode was a doozy, that's for sure. Spoilers for Marvel's What If, as well. Spoilers. But this episode, we basically finally got the revelation that pretty much all these episodes previously aren't actually, you know, one-off episodes. They are actually connected, which pretty much was the plot of this episode, where what if Ultron actually won. And it was some interesting tidbits, at least specifically freaking Thanos. He came out of nowhere after what Ultron killed everybody. I guess let me rewind before that. He actually managed to synthesize or upload himself into Vision, or the body of Vision technically, and, you know, actually fully became Ultron, more or less. Then Thanos came into play. He was like, hey, he didn't say, I'm paraphrasing. He's like, hey, and then he said something. I think he just realized, because Thanos, he came with the gauntlet, and most of the stones, except I think the Mind Stone, which obviously is on Vision. And Vision, or it's hard to keep track, Ultron sliced dude in half, like instantly. Just sliced him. He's like, huh, you have more stones than I do. And then just straight cut his ass in half. Oh, all right. Okay. And then I think that sparked a question with everybody's like, so so Vision could have did that in Infinity War. Is that the consensus then? So why why didn't he do that in Infinity War? You know, but writing, I don't know. Just chuck it up as writing, I guess. But either way, cut his ass in half. He's like, you know what? Let me get them stones though, and then straight up morphed into like Ultron. Is that a thing? That's him in my head canon, at least. Ultron. And then basically what's his name? The Watcher, he was talking that shit, and then Ultron was hearing. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, who are you? And he's like, oh shit, you heard me. Then he straight up ultimately got into wherever the Watcher was, which is, I think that's still unknown in terms of his exact location, but either way, he found it. They get into a fight, you know, they arguing against each other. Probably the most notable quote was what he was getting his ass beat by Ultron. The Watcher, he morphed into like his I don't know, battle gear, and then it seemed like everything was about to go. He was about to get his ass killed, and he said some mess, but at least the Watcher was like, you cannot compute the power of my will, and then just started whooping his ass like, oh shit, this is great, I'm loving it. So then ultimately the Watcher realized he couldn't beat Ultron's ass, and then ultimately left, and actually got back to the Doctor Strange from the previous episode that like was trying to change fate essentially. And then he's like Doctor Strange was like, so you need my help, don't you? It's like, are you gonna make me say it? I mean, I need your help, Doctor Strange. And then boom, I guess that's what's gonna be part of the finale, which is the next episode. This seems to be part of the finale, part one of the finale, and then the next episode next week is gonna be the last episode, aka the finale, where I think pretty much all the heroes from the previous episodes will, you know, team up and, you know, have their own what if Avengers. I'm assuming, at least. We'll see what happens, but okay. I'm invested. Well, I've been invested pretty much the whole series, but I'm even more invested now. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be great. Gonna be great. There's speculation that this might set up Multiverse of Madness, maybe. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it though. Then, of course, boy, watched, binged Squid Game last night, and man, boy, I'm gonna try to keep this short. But man, so, well, I guess I don't know if I want to spoil it yet. I mean, it's in a bingeable format in Netflix. Most people have generally binged it already. This is at the end of the show anyway, so you know what? We'll go ahead and spoil it. So, if you haven't watched Squid Game, I highly recommend you do. Very good show. I really enjoyed it. I'll explain why. Actually, yeah, we'll do that first. So Squid Game, I guess, generally speaking, I guess, how can the best way to describe it is what if you mix Battle Royale with Saw. I feel like that's probably the best accurate description of Squid Game. Definitely a lot more layers than that, but I think that's the general way to, I guess, perceive Squid Game without, going into too much detail. Yeah, man, it does a lot of good stuff, and it's hard to say anything without necessarily spoiling it, but essentially it really is actually very close to Saw. The more I think about it, is essentially giving people another chance to succeed at something, but but on the other side, people die, so it's like I guess, I mean, it's fair, but I mean, that's kind of fucked up. Isn't there another way? But hey, it is what it is. So I cannot, it's hard to explain without necessarily spoiling it. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I still recommend watching it either way. So yeah, with all that in mind, we'll I guess a couple of the details. It's like made from a Korean actor, and there is a whole Korean cast, with some exceptions of course in there, but at least I like the options Netflix provided. I believe this is some partnership because it's an exclusive Netflix show, but I like the options that had. So at least I chose to play it in Korean, subbed Korean. But there were a lot of English parts to it as well. But you can also, they do have it, I'm assuming, dubbed in English as well. So, but I chose Korean dubbed. I always get it mixed up. Korean subbed. So to get the authentic experience, I guess. But man, it's like, where do I start? It's so much that's going on, so I'm gonna try to hit some points about it. But yeah, again, spoilers for Squid Game. If you have not watched Squid Game, highly recommend you watch it if you're into that type of thing. But yeah, at least so I guess the general plot of Squid Game is about this guy, I'm gonna call him 456 because I know I'm gonna butcher his name otherwise. Who basically is a very super indebted dude that's essentially every chance of money he gets, he puts himself in more debt essentially, and then basically has been in this cycle for who knows how long, at least in terms of when we're introduced into him. And then further along, he discovers this guy that like basically sells him, hey, very weird, but like, hey, if you want to play this game with me, if you win, I'll give you $10,000 or $100,000. If you lose, I can slap you. I'm like, okay. And then straight up, he keeps losing, keeps getting slapped, and then eventually he does win. And he's like, hey, I'm paraphrasing. There's more where that came from. If you want to play this game we're setting up. And basically, you know, whole story ensues about, you know, these stakes that he's kind of, he has to do it now, or he really should do it, and he ultimately does. And basically he's put in this whole situation where he submits to this game, and basically they're taking this location, and it basically it's a game of death. Well, basically they're childhood games where that you play, childhood games you play, but the twist is that they'll kill you if you lose, which essentially was it. So probably the first big iconic like opening moment was, it was this game of red light, green light, and basically it's this mechanism of this mannequin that's probably been plastered everywhere in like media and stuff now, that she turns her head around and sees if anybody's moving. If they are, your ass gets shot. Very graphically, I might add. And basically that pretty much was the plot of throughout pretty much all the other games as well. And then there's some very messed up like dynamics and stuff that comes into play in addition to that. And then there also is like a subplot to this show where there's a police officer that actually managed to infiltrate the location where they're holding these games. And you know, he kind of discovers a lot about what the origins of this whole thing, and like who is behind it and stuff like that, which you do find out as well in this series also. And yeah, that's, I want to spoil it, but I'm not spoiling too much actually. But I think that's pretty safe to say without going in a whole thing, which I don't want to, but maybe at some point we'll see. But yeah, that's essentially it. There is some very interesting twists. Fuck. It's some tear jerkers. I'll say that. I was crying a lot. The tears was coming out. I mean, I'm not crying. I'm like, it was some weird stuff. It was like some onions. Somebody was cutting onions in my room for some reason. I don't know. It just the tears kept coming out, and they wouldn't they wouldn't stop. I don't know why, but yeah, man, it was really good. It was very good. It was really good. The hype is real, because it's I think it's like the #1 show on Netflix, #1 viewed and all that. It's probably gonna it's definitely getting a ton of awards. I can already see it now. So highly recommend it if you're into that stuff. Yeah, very good. It's pretty, and then it's like one thing starts happening after another. Like they keep adding layers to it, and it's like, oh crap, oh damn, well, shit, no, yeah, it's some good television. It really is. So cannot recommend it enough. Yeah, so much I don't actually really want to spoil it and ruin it for anybody. I kind of slightly spoiled it, but not really. Yeah, Squid Game. Now it's funny, this came right around like Halloween, so you know, everybody, it has so many like iconic costumes and outfits that people are for sure 100,000% gonna emulate, you know, Halloween costumes and stuff like that. So I already see it. It's gonna happen. But yeah, probably the notable big phenomenon that's gonna hit everything now. Squid Game for sure. It's very enlightening too. It's like a lot of games that at least I'm pretty sure most of us in the US had no clue of, maybe other than red light, green light. But then the other games they introduce, majority of them were, oh, that's cool. I never thought of that. That, you know, they're, I would assume is native to Korea. So, really good. And it has a very good message as well towards the end, which I thought was very interesting as well. Yeah, it's really good. It just hits a lot of very good points that you know, I actually didn't know what to expect going into it, but it's really good. I do recommend it if you on Netflix. Number one show. You're probably the first thing you freaking log into Netflix. That's what I saw. I was like, oh, okay, all right. Netflix was like, hey, we know what you came here for. All right, come on. And yeah, I think 9 episodes. They actually have a generally an hour, but there's some varying, you know, lengths here and there. But really good, really good. Whoa, get them tissues ready. I'm gonna just say that right now. Get them tissues ready. Get them ready. Get them ready. I don't care. Let me stop. I'll leave it at that. So yeah, outside of that, pretty much concludes episode. Damn it. 123. 123 switches sites. If you did like the show, feel free to like, rate, subscribe on your various podcast and video platforms. You can also catch this podcast be recorded, streamed and recorded live on Twitch TV/aswitch. You can also catch the archive of these podcasts on youtube.com/aswitch as well. Also uploading some old videos of that I never uploaded. So hey, if you like some Resident Evil, Metal Gear and stuff, hey, we got some of that too. But yeah, guys, until next time, get your game on. Oh yeah. Nobody's safe.